to Hoddesdon Kart Club here in Hertfordshire for the first ever London Cup in high definition. This is where we'll see all of the best club karters in the UK come together and fight it out on this historic racetrack. Welcome back to Rye House. Next up we've got the Honda Clubman class. There's always plenty of racing action going on here, especially in the last few laps. So Ben, over to you.
Thank you very much, Nat. And just to explain that we've got two racing in the Honda class. The Clubman's for the less experienced drivers. We do have a couple of rookies, and they'll be denoted by the black plates with the numbers rather than the yellow plates with the red numbers. Over the start and finishing line, Harry Thompson and Harrison Huggan on the front row of the grid, and they turn their way through turn one. Harrison in the 97 kart and Harry in the 17 machine, and Harry, as you can see, has a black number plate with the white number. That means that he is a novice. Bradley Barrett holds our onboard camera, the 27 machine, sitting behind Zach Parfitt on the left-hand side. Looks like he's driving one of the Project One karts, a special team to my heart as I started karting with Project One. And over the line they come then for the first lap of the race, and it looks as though Harry Thompson has held on to his lead. The second spot is Harrison's, and Jack Chapman holds another onboard camera. Fantastic view here, and that will give you an idea of the amount of work that these guys are doing. In fact, it's not Harrison in second position, it's Jack Chapman. It is our onboard cameraman. I'm getting very confused here, although there goes Harrison down into second position. So he made that pass initially into the hairpin and had to complete it going around the outside at the second hairpin, bouncing over the curbs. They're just as aggressive as we saw those Mini-Max karts earlier on in the race. And now behind Chapman is Parfitt. So there's been a bit of a shake-up for the second position spot, and that has allowed Harry Thompson to have a little bit of breathing space, but good pace from Harrison Huggan at the moment. He's got a good bit of a gap already over Jack Chapman, who potentially is just slightly struggling here. He's going to be caught and passed, I think. We have a bird's eye view from Bradley Barrett, who gets a great run through the hairpin and right already onto the tail of Zach Parfitt, who in that sort of slightly undecisive passing move really compromised his speed. Bradley doesn't have the speed though to get alongside him as they go into the pylon. Oh, a little bit of a slide from Parfitt as well. The rear end of the car just stepping out ever so slightly. Over the start and finishing line they come once more. We've got a small grid of the Honda Club, and most of them have entered into the main class, and we'll see that later on. Exactly the same setup and engine and stuff. And just running a fraction wide, the 66 kart of Jake Yilmaz, another of our novices, and he has 22 behind him. And that is Andrew Lockett. So Lockett's got some work to do. A 22-lap race for these Mini-Max, juniors, not even juniors, cadet drivers, 8 to 12 years old in the Honda class. So a long, long race, especially with all these bumps and curbs and stuff, and learning their racecraft. 66 and 22 at the back. We go on board with Bradley Barrett at the moment, just ahead of them, and showing us the battle between Chapman, I think, ahead of him. It was, or was it the lead of the race? Maybe it was the lead of the race. Harry Thompson still leading, but Harrison Huggan is just behind him now. And Huggan is really on a move, and look at that, a great little great bit of driving there. He's not going to make that stick unless he's very brave around the outside, but you could see that he had better momentum out of the turn and was at least able to draw alongside, and his Honda is running well. These engines, by the way, quite similar to the ones that power your lawnmower, but obviously tuned for racing. And it was Bradley Barrett along just behind, showing us Zach Parfitt going around the outside of Jack Chapman. Great move by Parfitt there. This must be the battle for third position then. There is the lead too. They haven't changed. But we are seeing Zach Parfitt and Bradley Barrett and Jack Chapman battling for third position. Quite entertaining battle, that. Over the curbs down at Pylon. A great corner to go and watch karting. A great corner to drive as well. really committed. Difficult to see on the entrance. Have to take all the curb and then just hope that the kart settled down after bouncing around. What's going on further back? 77, Zach Parfitt still in that third position with Chapman right behind him. And they're going towards the hairpin now, and Chapman has a good run. He's had a better exit, and that surely can give him a position. It does, and look at Bradley Barrett, how he catches up. As soon as those two have put themselves offline, Barrett in that fifth position has such a good run, but he hasn't quite had enough to draw alongside or make a pass. And in fact, he's lost a position to Jake Yilmaz. So Yilmaz finds a way through, and the 21 card of Andrew Lockett is behind them as well. Over the start and finishing line, a bit of lappery going on as they pass Ryan Sands. And Sands can sit here and learn a little bit about exactly where to place the kart. You can see aggression, see how he's holding his head, really aggressive stance by Sands in the 18 machine. We have getting to about halfway in this race now. And those front two really having a great run of things. Sands holding on quite well. Barrett losing out to Andrew Lockett. And in fact, Barrett's lost a few more than that, because look at that whole stream of karts coming through. And they are battling over that third position. And desperately trying to get some more speed is Jack Chapman, who does manage to get down the inside, but Parfitt tries to stick around the outside. That's not going to help his speed whatsoever, although, looking at it, he's got a better drive down towards the hairpin. Hasn't got enough to make the move stick, or indeed pull alongside, and Chapman is back into that third position spot. Parfitt fourth, and then the novice, the 66 machine, Jake Yilmaz, in fifth position. It's been a good run of things for him. Our front two. Remember, Harry Thompson is a novice, and a novice means he's done less than 6 races ever in his life. Having to go a bit defensive on Harrison Huggan now. Huggan's got more speed going through that first turn, carrying more speed, but it is compromising slightly as they exit and down into this hairpin. So at the moment, Thompson has the lead, but Thompson feeling the need to go defensive into the hairpin there. And these cadet drivers, when they start to develop and get used to this racecraft, they start to really understand that actually there's no point passing until right at the end of the race. We now have got to that stage. We've got 4 laps left, and they're still fighting down for that third position. Or they're just trying to lap the 18 machine, who's getting in the way of Jack Chapman, and Chapman is going to be compromised. He's going to lose a position. In fact, he goes 3 wide. He loses 1 position to Parfitt. Oh, so frustrating. Bradley Barrett also finds a way through, as has Andrew Lockett. Barrett's going to have the inside line for the first turn, and that is so annoying for Jack Chapman. Meanwhile, at the front of the field, very, very close now for the lead. Will it change in the last couple of laps? We haven't seen Harrison Huggan in the lead of this race throughout the final, but there is still 2 laps left. Further behind, a good battle still for that third position spot. Poor old Jack Chapman, I don't think he's got an answer any longer. '77 now a bit on his own. Zach Parfitt has that third position sealed, I think, but we're on the final lap. What is going to happen? We've got back markers in the way as well. Luke Barham, we haven't seen him at all in this race, but he's going to play a major factor here. He needs to get out of the way because we've got Harry Thompson and Harrison Huggan fighting for the London Cup, and he's had to adjust his line. Harry Thompson's gone to the outside, and here comes side by side Harrison Huggan. He can't find a way past, and still they're stuck behind the back marker. Still there's not a way through, and he still can't find a way through. Yes, they have done now. It was a teammate as well of Harry Thompson, and Thompson can breathe a sigh of relief. Over the start and finishing line, he takes a checkered flag and does take the victory. But wow, it was so close at the end there. Half a second in the end to Harrison Huggan, with Zach Parfitt some 8.3 back. Andrew Lockett picking up 4th position at the end, ahead of Brad Barrett and Jack Chapman in 6th position.